Good morning and welcome. Real Talk with Glenn and John. Man, we're going to retitle it. We're going to say real laughter, real fun.
Really? What the heck? Hey,
Let's have a little bit of let's have a little bit of fun once in a
yeah,
while.
what's going on today?
Journey.
Hey, what's going on today?
We got to enjoy the journey, man. Johnny, man,
I'm listening to you, man.
You're going to get a chance finally to come out and see the pad. I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited.
I'm going to see Glenn's new house.
I'm really excited, man. We get to
as soon as I'm done with this, I'm heading to his house. I got Mondays off.
Straight over.
Yeah.
So
we are talking about lighten up.
Relax.
Come
Enjoy
on.
the journey. What does that mean? I mean, why do we get so tense? Why can't we enjoy the journey? What is it, man? You know,
got a couple things for you. I do. Got a couple things for you on that.
Yeah. Make me laugh, man. Don't tell me a joke, but make me laugh.
No. You know, my whole life, everything was about controlling. Everything was about resentment, anger. It was always your fault. It was never my fault. I never looked at me. It took me a long time to understand that it's been consistently me the whole time. And so when I identified the darn thing, it actually, I started to recognize that, wow, I have a big part in this. When I went through the steps and my sponsor, told me, certain things like, hey, look, this, that, this, I still have a lot of work to do. But for the most part, over the years, I've learned to lighten up, and have fun in recovery and to have fun in my journey. And so I try to focus on that every day. It's just something I do, and my spirit is so powerful that it can either make me or break me. So I nurture that every day. I feed my spirit good stuff. That's what I got for you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's really good stuff, man. Come on. I mean, if I can't laugh at myself once in a while, if I literally cannot laugh at myself when I look and I see the truth about me, about what you just said about controlling, resentments, it's like, they said, oh, the only one thing you got to do is change everything when you get here. Like your thinking, your behaviors. Basically, you have a God complex. You want to control everything. And easily offended, easily. Oh my gosh.
Do you know how like we got so defensive on so many levels?
And sometimes hiding it or stuffing it, or sometimes it's fight, flight, or freeze, right? Those are the three: fight, flight, or freeze. And a lot of times, boy, if somebody said something, man, and you turn my screw or touch my invisible scar, baby, watch out.
Yeah. And hey, the funny thing about what you're saying is that I remember, and I still do it in some way, some shape or form. I get defensive and I justify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do we do that?
Selfish. The idea of understanding myself is vital to my recovery. If I do not have a clear picture of Glenn, okay, I'm not talking about who I am in Christ or what my inheritance is after I die or all that good stuff. That's really good stuff. But this man that lives in his body can get very, very selfish. I want what I want when I want it.
I want it
And
now.
that's the end of the story. And I'll overreact, and instantaneously I become idiot and jerk. And
An
that's it.
idiot.
Idiot. So that's the core, and we learn that. I mean, we learn that is it's the reason we got into the jam in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I want something. And when I fixate my mind on it, I got to go get it. I don't care what I do to get it. I don't care who I hurt. I don't care what I say. I'm going to go get it. So they said, well, if you use that energy that you use out there in the world to get in your recovery, they said that. And that pissed me off when they told me that, by the way.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, use that energy for your recovery. I was like, what? You pissing me off? Tell me that.
Here's the hope of all this is once you start to understand and you're aware of certain behaviors you have, right? And you start to accept them. What happens is there's a sense of peace where you can lighten up, relax, and enjoy the journey. It's okay. And I'll say it forever. It's okay to be not okay. All we have to do is just keep saying it. I'm going to say it again. Sit down, pause, sit down, pause. That's what we do. That's what I do. I just sit down. I walk away and kind of breathe, whatever it is. But it's controlling, resentment, just things are not going my way, and fear. So,
yep.
When I'm trying to control things, and I cannot, easy does it, cannot lighten up. So it's been a long journey, but it gets better.
We came up with a saying. So another buddy of mine, when it's all about me, I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
When it's all about me, I don't want it to be. When it isn't all about me, then I actually want it to be. It's kind of it's like there's a no-win situation. So, but it is a good point, Johnny. But the good news is this journey, it doesn't have an end until we go home, until we die, until we go to heaven. The journey will continue, and we'll continue to utilize all these wonderful principles that we have, that we've learned through the steps and sponsorship. And we are going to be responsible, productive. We're going to be able to feel what it's like to be real men, to apologize, to humble myself, to make a corrective action. Because it's not going to be ever about if I'm going to get it wrong. Hey, I wonder when I wake up, am I going to get it wrong today? Well, generally, at some point, something's going to happen where I'm going to have to redirect my thinking. And so I'm just grateful. I'm truly grateful that I can understand both myself, my defects, which is what the steps taught me, and I can also understand the corrective actions, the measures that I need to take to make my wrong right.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. So, but I can stay stuck sometimes, you know what I mean? If I feel like, and I'm not ready to say I'm sorry, or humble myself. So I just stay pissed off. So,
yeah.
And
No, I know. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of emotional stages to get to a certain place of comfort where you can lighten up. So as I go through my journey in recovery, I am aware of certain things. I'm also, there's a couple things, because I'm going to go at this at different angles. So one angle is how I treat people basically can determine how much I care about the person, right? So therefore, if I don't lighten up and understand, I can treat someone and verbally be abusive, and that is a determination. I will not lighten up at all if I do not like a certain person or what they're doing. So when I lighten up a little bit, start to use the tools, I'm able to approach it with love.
Yeah.
Conversation, relationship, everything, man. It all ties in together. Whether it be you working on the computer and it doesn't work, and one screen doesn't work, and you can't lighten up. High class problems, they tell me. So as
Yep.
time goes on, I actually go to the Lord. This is me, and I ask Him, "Dear Lord, please take this from me." I speak to Him. I slow down, and I pause, and I listen. So it takes practice.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind, brother. You know.
Yeah, John.
You know.
Hey, man. I mean, you know, we can and we do, you know, we're gonna ping pong it back and forth. You know, I'm gonna hit the ball to you and you hit the ball to me. And we can talk until the cows come home about all our defects. And we can tell you, I mean, we can tell everybody who's watching, we got them all, every one of them. And they're fully active at times and coming out of the side of our necks. But the truth is that's not satisfying. It's not gratifying me. It's ugly. It's weighty. It's heavy. It feels terrible.
Yeah.
So put on love. Well, what is love? I don't know. In the beginning, I remember trying to learn about God. I remember coming in the doors thinking, I thought this was a recovery program, and they're talking about God. They didn't necessarily say Jesus, but they used, or the Lord, but they said God. And I was like, but I didn't know God was love. I didn't understand that He was trying to implement something into my life. He was trying to conform me into His image, love, because He knows what's ultimately satisfying for me as one of His children, is to learn how to love. And what is love, John? Love is patient.
Kind.
Love is kind. It's long-suffering. It's tolerant. Okay, it doesn't boast. It's not in it for itself. It doesn't do any of those things. All it does is give. It's surrender. It says that no man knows any greater love than this, that he lay his life down for someone that he loves. So I didn't wake up for me today.
So what are, for you guys out there, what do you do when you can't lighten up? You know, like for me, I make a phone call. I talk about it. I'm the kind of guy that has to get it out. If I don't get it out and I don't talk about it, I'm not.
So you can't do it alone, right? I mean, you can't do it alone, right? There's no way.
I can't do it alone.
There's no way.
That's why when you guys go to the meetings, they pass around the meetings. They pass around the meeting slip, and they sign all the numbers and stuff. Get the numbers, call somebody, and start establishing a healthy relationship with them, where you can be able to lighten up a lot quicker than you used to.
Yeah,
I can't do this alone.
Yep.
I have other people. I have Glenn. I have my sponsor. I have Mr. Leroy. I have a bunch of guys. They know who they are, and I have to constantly be calling them, because if I don't, I'm going to be walking through the day with a bad attitude.
Hey, you can call somebody with a problem.
Yeah.
You can get on the phone and go, man, you're about to tell somebody that you stubbed your toe and it really hurts. And then you find out that their daughter or their son just got cancer.
Yes.
And all of a sudden your problem doesn't become a problem anymore. You see? So we learn that those kind of things, and we talk about it, accountability and how important it is.
Accountability.
How important is that? I mean, the simplicity of the basics, teachability, the willingness to be teachable. If a person doesn't have those, you might as well pack a lunch or just go ahead and go back home. Get a hobby, go do something else, because recovery isn't for you. If you're not willing to be teachable, you might as well pack a lunch. Minded.
Willing. I can tell you guys, if you're watching and you're listening, this is so important. That accountability is so important in recovery. Someone that you can constantly have, someone grading your paper every day. It's when we don't want accountability that we're doing shady stuff.
If I'm not hearing from you,
Yeah.
if I ain't hearing from you,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah. It's like my granddaughter. She's 6. When I don't hear her, all right, what's going on?
And sometimes, hey, listen, and sometimes, you know, isolation and
Yes.
degradation and all of that thing kills. And so it's funny because Johnny, we've said some hilarious stuff over the years, man. I mean, you've called me and I've called you, and we've said things like, come on, man, we ain't building skyscrapers, bro. This ain't rocket science. It's just one day at a time. It's just really easy. It's not that complicated. Just go to a meeting, call somebody. Yeah, say a little prayer. Okay. This is not, we don't have the schematics. We're not doing, measuring and it's not, we're not building skyscrapers. It ain't, it's recovery. Call your sponsor, call your accountability, go to a meeting.
I'm just thinking about all the stuff we have talked about.
Oh,
man. But I'll tell you this. Here's guys. I have to share this with you. So, Glenn, I'm going to go out on a limb here. So, Glenn had cancer last year, right? Last year. Okay.
Stage 4.
I had a front row seat, bro. I'm telling you, I had a front row seat to see you walk through this, man, with such integrity. Listen, nothing was perfect, but you walked through it. There was no isolation. There was a couple times you had chemo, and I didn't hear from you for a day or two, and I get that. But for the most part, man, you were calling every day. We were talking. You're in the Word. You're sending me scripture. I'm like, this guy has cancer, and he's going through chemo, and he's sending me scripture, and or you send me some positive things, and I'm thinking, it's doable. It's doable to lighten up. To, hey, look, this is what I got going on, but I need to walk through this with integrity. And we both talked about that over the years. I mean, talked about that through what you were going through, and you were able to, through accountability. And I know you have other guys. You were able to talk about it and walk through it with a good attitude. So,
yeah,
applaud to you. I'm blown away.
No, it's true. It's true. And it's the evidence. It's the proof of what works.
Yeah.
The accountability and how it does work, and a lifeline, man. I mean, this is no joke. This is no joke, because, and, when I'm telling the truth, and sometimes when I get into my little own pity potty and I become a little egotistical and a little prideful, and I just feel like I don't want to talk to nobody.
There it is.
You see? I don't want
to.
My sponsor, you say, oh, you got the I don't want us again. You got the I don't want us. Yeah, hold on.
He has a little dog. It's like this big. Calls it Taco.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Taco.
He adopted us, by the way. He adopted us. But anyway, yeah. So my sponsor say, you got the I don't want us again? And it's like, the same thing I used to tell you when you'd call. You call me morning and I say, hey, Johnny, did you go to a meeting? I say, huh?
What?
Do what?
No.
I would call my sponsor. Yeah, I went to a meeting. I said, man, it sucked. It was like, this meeting sucked, man. I moved to Hollywood, Florida, and it was like, and then all of a sudden I hear the words on the other side of the end of the line. Well, what do you mean it sucks? What'd you say?
There it is.
I said, I didn't raise my hand. I didn't say anything. Oh, well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you needed to raise your hand and say something.
Yeah.
So
it comes back to relax and enjoy the journey. That's huge. Man.
Yeah, we need to be reminded. I mean, we will get, it'll become like a workout. Recovery can become like exhausting and you can burn out even.
Yeah.
You can.
I overcomplicate everything.
Overcomplicated?
Everything. Doesn't matter. I could be cleaning the refrigerator, right? Because I have OCD. I get it. It's okay. Whatever, right? But if the house is not clean and the yard is not done, the vehicles are not, all this stuff, it's bull crap. It's wasted energy. Wasted freaking energy.
Yeah.
And I don't lighten up at all. And I overcomplicate everything. So I've learned, I had to balance that over the years and kind of, okay, well, it's not going to get clean today, but it'll get clean. And it does. But I had to go through those emotional stages, man, of trying to control, you know, oh my God, look at this. This is all dirt.
Yeah.
Something within my soul that basically I fight.
Yeah. Why am I good? That's a good question. Like, why am I mad? Why am I controlling? Why am I resentful? What's going on with me?
Yeah.
That what you said or what's going on has gotten me so stirred up. I got to question myself. What's going on inside of me? How come I can't just relax and live and let live? And there's a bunch of signs on the walls when you go in the room and you read them and you're like, I wonder what they mean. And it's like, well, what? How come I can't do that? Why do I get so resentful and overreactive and judgmental and temperamental? You see, God complex.
Here's
right?
one for you.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Ready for this?
All
All right, guys, I'm going to share this with you guys. So this morning when we were getting on, there's just some things that I just spiritually had, you know, it wasn't going a certain way. Me and Glenn talked about some things with the show. Wasn't going the way that I wanted to. We've been on the show for 21 minutes and 40 seconds. I feel better. It's gone. I'm talking about certain things. I need.
Wait a minute. So solving problems by way of communicating actually works?
Yeah.
It really does.
You know, you can actually, you know.
So by talking, wait a minute.
You're right here and just jam away a little bit. There's lightening up. Lightening up right there. But yeah, exactly.
It really does work.
It does work. I feel better.
It works if you work it.
Yeah, so you got to constantly be asking questions. Hey, what about this? What about that? And I have to say, when I started doing that, and I was thinking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I started thinking about, because I didn't call Glenn a lot in the beginning, is because I thought that I was stupid. I thought that I wasn't smart. Why do I need to call this guy? I'm smart enough, right? And what happened was I had to understand that I was calling him because he was giving me new thinking skills, new behavior skills, a new way to look at things, a new way to approach things. And as I started going through these things and walking through them, and like, wow, that worked. And then I'd call him again, and then call him again. And then over the years, I realized, wow, I should have been doing this years ago. So
what's the irony? Johnny, what's the irony of the whole thing? This is it. This simplifies it right here. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
We actually need each other.
Yes.
All of us, everybody watching, we need each other to be successful. Period. It's not.
I believe that 100%. And when you start to establish healthy relationships, and you start to incorporate healthy behaviors in your life, and you start to incorporate a healthy routine, a healthy lifestyle, to where you are consistently doing stuff every day, where it's healthy, for some reason, not only do you lighten up, but your credit score goes up for some reason. Over 800 I got. I've never had that in my life.
Woo.
Why? Because every day, consistently, I ask for advice. My wife is pretty good about that. So hey, babe, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? She's like, well, try this and try that. I'm like, and so I've been doing that. And I'm able to lighten up a lot more. I'm able to relax and enjoy the journey because I'm doing the next right thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're picking up, dude. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Hey, we didn't get here by osmosis, pal. We did not. It takes work, effort, energy, intentionality. it takes a lot of bruises and some wounds, and yet, you know, we heal and we grow and we change. We take, here it is. Here's the hard one. Here's the hard one for everybody. We take correction.
Correction.
We take correction. Like, hey, you might want to try this. This is what works for us. We're hoping that it works for you, but we know it works for us because we've been living it.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that while you're watching, hey, it's a correction.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're going in the wrong direction, maybe it's not, you're not relaxed. Maybe it's really hard. Maybe it's difficult, or you feel frustrated, resentful, God complex. You're controlling everything. Relax.
Hey,
One
what did you
day
used
at
to
a time.
call me? Do you remember what you used to call me years ago when I wasn't listening? Johnny what?
Johnny, I know.
Johnny, I know.
I know.
I know.
Johnny used to say, when I call him, he'd say, I know. I couldn't even finish a sentence. I'd try to tell him something, he'd say, I know. You know everything? Okay. I mean, if you know everything, well, I guess, okay. You don't need me. Catch you later.
I know. Johnny, I know. I used to
I
hate
know.
when he used to. Oh, you know. Yeah, Johnny, I know. All right. Well, listen. Have a good day. I'm like,
If you know everything, well, what do you need anyhow? So that was funny. So,
wow.
but in the good, it's in the good, man. We're coming up on those moments again, Johnny. We're coming near the end, and I mean,
Yeah.
how do you end a conversation like this? Really great talk, you know, and
I can tell you how we end it. We
Yeah.
end it saying we love you. It's okay to be not okay. Enjoy the journey. Please have a great day. If you can hit the subscribe button, the like button, and then if you can leave a comment, please leave a comment. We don't care if it's good or bad, because we really want to grow. We're learning just like you guys are learning. We
Yeah.
do not know everything. We are just sharing our experience, strength, and hope with you guys. So,
Yep.
you know, just shed some light in the darkness.
yeah, no, perfect,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Well, listen, I'm going to get my truck.
Boom,
I'm heading to
coming
you.
over.
Coming in.
All right, for everybody. Until
Send me the
next
address.
time. Much love always, Johnny, to you, to the viewers. Much
Love you.
love.